Hello. Happy Snow Tuesday. We got some snow last night, and I'm here with you. You notice I have my festive backdrop back here. This is my homage to Christmas. In fact, it's my main Christmas decoration, basically. Although you'll see a little snowman over there sitting on the, I can't do this reverse, sitting on the candle stand, not in the candle, thank goodness. Anyway, the snow scene behind me is a tapestry it's from a little French village in the Swiss Alps, but I don't know the name of the village. If any of you happen to know what village it is, but I love it. It's all lit up. There's snow on the slopes. That's to me like the perfect place I'd love to spend Christmas, is in a little place like that. Anyway, that's my backdrop. So let me say hi to Pamela J and Rhonda and Kimber. Thank you guys, Rhonda and Kimber, for being members. Rick, bonjour. Great Zaza. Diana by the beach. Cindy. Wild horses. Yeah, good. I'm glad you use writing as a healing tool, Kimberly. Maria, hi. Lisa, Leanne, Guten Tag. Travels Addict. Hi, Chuck and Allison. Jennifer Short. Yes, I love it. It's very Christmassy looking to me, even though it's not technically a Christmas scene. It's a winter scene. Hi, Robin. Hi, Carlene. Hi, Lumen. Hey, Marvin. John, welcome in. Stay tuned. Yeah. Yes, it is early afternoon for me. Dachshund. I know, it's a great tapestry, Pamela J. It came early. I was worried it wasn't going to come till the end of the week, but yeah. And hi, Ciara. Salut à tous. Wait. Rick says he journals almost every day. Hi, Jim from Canada. You mean face down in the snow, Nakoti? It says face found in the snow. That's funny. Yeah, I think you mean face down in the snow. Yeah. I know. I love seasonal tapestries. Well, I have my spring one from that I've had forever that I'll be using. It's actually on the opposite wall, and I'll be using that come spring. And then that's the one from New Zealand. And then I'll probably get something for summer. And then I'll have 4 seasons of tapestries. So, well, I don't know who deleted your thing, B. Thompson. I haven't deleted anything. Okay. Sharon, welcome. Maria. Oh, we only got like a little over an inch, maybe 2 inches max. I'm guessing maybe an inch and a half. So, yeah, Rick, I know. I'm going to have a video about that, about what I decided to do about Christmas, because I had a moment at the Walmart about that. So I thought I'll discuss it. Well, not really one season per wall, Pamela. I took down the fall one completely and just put it in the closet for now, but because I don't have tons of walls, and on one of my walls I have a map actually of Europe. So I don't normally film on that wall, but I will be eventually. And and then I have a tapestry of Paris, that the city of Paris, which is in my bedroom, which I don't film in front of, but I did a couple times before I left the US. But Maria, yeah, see, you're south of me and you got more snow than we did. I'm in a little protected pocket, is all I can tell you. I was told this when I moved here, and I'll tell you, so far, so good. Knock on wood. Yes, I have, sang, Puff the Magic Dragon. I don't know it by heart, and I don't know the chords by heart, but I have done it before. I'm sure it's nice in San Diego. It's some of the best weather in the world there. Yeah. Actually, I have a world map tapestry in my bedroom also, but it's smaller and it's in beautiful colors. It's not really a real like you can see what places are by the outline, but that's about it. But I just like it because I like to be reminded of the world. Hi, Leah. Hi, Dachshund Gal. Hi, Donna. It missed you, the snow? Is it not headed your way? Yeah, I actually I woke up this morning. I had no idea there'd be any snow at all because we were supposed to get snow Sunday, never happened. Um, and then they did say we were going to get snow last night, but didn't start snowing till later. So I woke up this morning and I looked out, and of course now it's all melted off the main road already. And hopefully it won't be like we're not really expecting much snow in the rest of the week now. So I'm hoping this will kind of it's not super warm, but it does give just above freezing. So hopefully it will melt a lot of this, at least off the side roads and sidewalks and stuff. We'll see. Okay, so welcome in today. Yeah, it definitely feels like December. That's for sure. Okay, see you back, Pamela J. Hi, Leah. Welcome in. Yeah, we're having a cold. I mean, it's cold here. I mean, it's just yesterday I went out I had to pick up my prescription at Walmart. I had to send a couple items back to Amazon, and it was cold, but it wasn't when it's not windy, it doesn't feel bad to me. But when the wind is bad, that cold, that damp cold you get in this part of the country just goes right through you. And I mean, I wear a down coat, so it doesn't really go through that, but it hits my face, my leg, my lower legs, my hands. Even with like a hat on, still my head is like, I need a down hat. Oh, Elizabeth, you had sleet this morning. So it turned into that? No, I don't watch the news, Nicody. So yeah, I don't yeah, I do watch my weather forecast on my phone though. Like I look at the latest updates to my forecast. Anyway, I know we were, Zaza, it occurred to me that we didn't get much fall here. We had like 1 month of what I consider fall in the sense of like finally the leaves turned and it was very fast because they didn't last long. And it was kind of that fall temperatures, kind of brisk, but not cold, cold. And then it was winter. So we're in winter now. Uh, I know. And look, Nordic Light or Katarina has no snow in the lower part of Sweden. And yet here I am in Ohio and there's snow. I know the world is messed up right now. Makes no sense. Thank you for thank you for thank you for converting to Fahrenheit, Katarina. It's 5 Fahrenheit because that is pretty cold. Yeah, 5 Fahrenheit up in northern Sweden is pretty cold. Yeah. It always made more sense to me, Celsius. It really did. And yet I've not learned to automatically convert it in my head. So, I mean, I kind of know, especially when it gets warmer, I kind of know what's hot and stuff in Celsius. But I think it makes more sense because their freezing point, if you use centigrade or Celsius, the freezing point is 0, which makes total sense. That's what it should be. And yet with us, it's 32 degrees. Like, what? Oh, dear. Hi, Irishman or James. Welcome in. Oh, I know, Nakoti. It is variable here. Oh, sorry. I have an itch. My nose, I have an itch. I don't want to sneeze, but I may have to sneeze here. Let me drink some water. Oh yeah, Rick, I've seen those vlogs on life in Siberia. And like, what? Now I went to Russia back when it was the Soviet Union it was the end of the year 1975, the beginning of 1976. I was in Moscow and what is now St. Petersburg. And I have to tell you, it was minus 25. And it was actually minus 25 Fahrenheit. And I've never been that cold in my whole life. Honestly, never been that cold in my whole life. So, yeah, I've been in that briefly in that type of cold, and it's unimaginable. Like, I remember we went to this place outside Moscow. It used to be a monastery or something, and there was the bell tower of Ivan the Terrible. And so we went there, and even in the buildings, it was cold. Like, even though they had like little furnaces going and stuff in the corners, it was freezing. And they had these little Russian women that would that would give us a warm-up corner. Like, we would go over and they would let us use their heater, because we were freezing to death. And we would have to just be able to stand there for about 15 minutes just to kind of, well, I can't believe I didn't get frostbite. Because back then, we didn't have great clothing for this. Nowadays you could get all sorts of down and everything and, down boots and everything. But I didn't have any of that back then. So anyway. Oh yeah, Rick. Yeah, that was probably colder than I was in, but I wouldn't have touched metal with my bare skin either. Yeah. Yeah, Leah, Rotterdam's probably a really damp cold in the Netherlands, I would think. It's the dampness that makes it worse. I think when I was in Russia, at least in Moscow, it was kind of a drier cold, I remember. But in St. Petersburg, oh, that's right by the water and stuff. It was not a dry cold. So, Joss 8916 asked, would I prefer living in a hot or cold climate? Well, definitely cold. Can't handle. I've done the hot. I lived in the Phoenix area, so no. Dream location. If I could live somewhere in the world where it was between 50 and 75 degrees all year round, that would be my happy place. Yeah, that would be ideal for me. Like 50 degrees to 75 degrees. So, well, they changed, John. They changed all the coolant and oil and everything right before I bought it at the dealership. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. But yeah, I will have it checked periodically. Hi, Edie. Welcome in. Bonjour. No, I didn't know that the house for the Christmas Story is in Cleveland, Nakoti, but then I've never seen Christmas Story. So I have no idea what that is. Wow, Ciara, it snowed last week in Paris. My goodness. Mon Dieu. They don't get as much snow anymore. They used to, back in the day, 100 years more ago, I think they had more snow in Paris, but they don't get as much anymore. I don't know, Zaza, if that's around Alsace-Lorraine. On the description, it just said it's it's in the French Alps, like by the Swiss border, and it's a little village. Probably I'm guessing a ski resort area though. So I don't know what it is. But like I said, somebody will tell me. I'm sure it's a famous scene. Yeah, I don't know. Again, Rick, never seen A Christmas Story, so I have no idea what the lamp is. I know. There are some Christmas movies I have never seen. So, I don't know why, because I don't always watch every single, like, Christmas thing. Back in the day, like 15, 20 years ago, I used to watch, like, the Hallmark Christmas movies, and then it was literally too much sugar for me. I couldn't I couldn't handle it. Um, where did I move after dark? I live in little small town Ohio. That's all the most I can tell you, where they get snow. No, Bob, I did not put up a tree, and I have chosen not to go the tree route this year, and, I'll tell you why in an upcoming video. Oh, yeah, John, I've seen a picture of that. Yeah, the lady's leg, that's the lamp. Okay. I've seen a picture of it. Ah, welcome in, Jean-Marc. Did you get snow there? Jean-Marc? No, no, I mean, yeah, there's no sugar in the Christmas story. I realize that. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I can't take the saccharin. Now it's become saccharin instead of sugar. The saccharin Hallmark Channel movies, Christmas movies. I just can't take them anymore. So, now some of you may love them, so no disrespect. Just saying I personally can't handle them anymore. Hi, Veronica. Welcome in. Oh, Lydia says the tapestry could be somewhere near where she lives, could be any one of numerous villages. Okay. Well, it's my happy place. I look at that picture and I love how it's lit up and stuff. And I just think, wow, God, if I could spend the holidays there, it would be lovely. Be lovely. Oh, I know you had no snow because somebody was saying there was snow in Paris, John Mark. They had snow a few days ago or something. Well, all the Hallmark Christmas movies are made the same. Basically, it's the same basic story of like it's a romantic Christmas usually or something, and somebody thinks they're going to be alone, and then they meet the right person, or they marry a prince, or something like that. No, my snowman in my little background over here does not have a name. I've had him for about 7 years. I did have he arrived in a box yesterday. Him and my Christmas stocking from that was made for me when I was 8 years old. It's the only two things I had from before that I basically have saved. And so they're my token decorations. My stocking is hanging up on a little hook by the door because there's like a couple of hooks there. So thought I'll just hang up my stocking there. It is in the Alps, Cynthia. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Rick. Well, part of the thing that put me off the tree thing is how much they've gone up in price. I had the same tree when I was living in California for 5 Christmases, 6 Christmases maybe, and, I got it, like, the first Christmas I was there, and, so, you know, but I got rid of it when I moved the beginning of this year. I just went ahead and because it was like 6 years old, but it had only cost me like $29.95 at Walmart, and then it was pre-lit. And then I just had some small decorations I got like at a yard sale. They weren't like personal to me. But anyway, you can't get something decent. I guess on Amazon you can still get something for under $30, but not at Walmart. You can't. Just saying. Unless it's like it really a junk piece of junk. So really, Cynthia, Dollar General has pre-lit trees, but are they decent? Like, because they had these mangled messes at Walmart that were like, I guess, 20 bucks, basically 19.99 or something. But I was like, I picked it up and I went, no, this just doesn't even feel right. Like it's like I don't even think it would, like, if you open it up, it's going to look like anything decent. So and I'm not an elitist about trees, but they, they got to be decent. Like, come on, even a 2-foot tree or 3-foot tree. Yeah, they do have some good prices on Amazon, but I think I've opted not to do the tree this year. And like I said, I'll share it in a video. It just, you got to do what you think is good for you. That's all you can do in life. And anyway, somebody asked if my snowman and Lucy were getting along great, and they are. Yes, they are. She loves it's not the first time she's seen him, the snowman. So I don't have a name for him. He's a snowman. So probably Frosty, I guess. But anyway, no, she saw him when we were living in California before we left. So she's just happy to have something else she can identify with. Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about our topic for today, which was writing to heal. And I thought I brought this up because I had a really good thing saved in this little book for myself. Things that I've written down over the years that are, kind of inspirational or important for, I used to write stuff down back when I used to be like a bereavement counselor and stuff like that, but then even later when I was teaching. So I have things with all sorts of topics and stuff. But I came across this writing to heal, which I don't know who came up with this originally, to be honest with you, because I usually have a notation if it's from a book or something, so I don't remember where it was from. But anyway, it came about. I started thinking about it because I realized, there's many different ways to do therapeutic writing, which means you write for, a purpose to overcome something, get out your anger, get out your sadness. Like there's lots of ways to do it. But what I like is, and there's even like the, which I still haven't done it myself, but the one where you do morning pages every day and just kind of just, it's like stream of consciousness basically. And that serves a purpose. But I like this writing to heal concept because it has a specific steps to it, like things that you should do that will really help you heal from a lot of it's emotional trauma, whether it's grief or it's, in my case, stress. And so anyway, I wanted to share it with you and just kind of read through some of these and talk about it with you. So the first thing is that the step in this writing to heal, because some of you said you keep a journal and things like that. Now you can start using something like I have this, which I don't think I've used yet. I have a journal that I haven't put anything in. I've had this since before I went to Europe and just never wrote in it. So I thought I'd start using this for my healing entries. But it says, start writing about where you are in your life at this moment. In other words, right now, where are you at? So are you in a good place in your life? Are you in a stressful place? Yeah. In my life, it says, describe your life, your work, and your relationships. Then are you where you want to be or not? So you start writing with that concept in mind. So that's kind of the first step in this. And yes, Jean-Marc, the snowman's not too close to the candles. Trust me, he's not going to burn. But yeah, you can use any kind of, journals or composition books, whatever that you want. It's great, Rick. Yeah. I hear you, Nicody. I know. I'm thick in the middle of this whole still stressful time right now. Anyway, it says, then ask yourself what your ideal life looks like. Write about what truly makes you happy and the possibilities for your future. Now, obviously, that's going to depend on what kind of phase of life you're in. I would have written something very different at 30 or 40 or 50 years of age than I would write now. But it is good to, look at like, what do you still want? Like, for me, it's 71. What would I want my ideal life to look like right now? If, so you want to write about that at length. Like, what does that look like? You can do it on a, kind of an overview, or you can get down to the minutia of it. But, basically, what would you do? Then the next thing we've already talked about on this channel, which is cultivating an attitude of gratitude by maintaining a daily list of things you appreciate and that keep you motivated. When you feel your progress has slowed, you can read through it for a boost. So this is like writing down permanently, like keep an ongoing running list of things you're grateful for. So when you're having a bad day, you can look at that. Okay, so that's another important component of this writing to heal. And then the next thing is, if there's something you're struggling with or an event that's disturbing you, write about it in the third person. So don't write about like, I'm feeling this way, I'm dealing with this. Talk about she is or he is, or give them another name even, or something. But talk about it in the third person, because then that will help give you a different perspective. It says it may give you distance and, well, what I just said, give you a new perspective. And then the next thing, or the last thing on this list, is always take stock of where you're at. In other words, look at how far you've come, look at what you've accomplished, look at what you've, dealt with successfully, and just, it'll give you the inspiration to take a step closer to the next stage of your life, basically. So that's the kind of things you're going to write in this writing to heal. It's basically a very specific type of journaling. And you can always revisit that. Like, you can do the same thing 6 months from now or a year from now, see how it compares to where you were at right now. So, well, TS, what thing you might be able to do is like the things that I talked about there, you could, speak them into your phone, like you could verbalize them. So maybe you can't write them out, but you could verbalize them, because I think it's good to just, be able to, especially get the distance and perspective of stepping back and talking about yourself in the third person. Because often, in therapy, when I used to do therapy basically with people, one of the most effective techniques that I used to love was something called the empty chair technique. So when somebody has something they have to work out with somebody that's not there, they're either the family member's not there or can't get in there or whatever. And you have them talk. There's a couple of different ways you can do it, but one of the ways is have them literally get up and physically move to the other chair to talk to, and then talk about what the other person would say. And so it gets you out of your own little bubble, the way we think about, our problems and ourselves, and start thinking about, well, what would someone else think? So, yeah, exactly, Zaza. It's really a good idea, because otherwise, when you're just going, well, I'm really sad and I'm really upset and this isn't right, and all that, you start sounding to yourself like you're just like whining a lot, basically. But if you write it like you're writing about somebody else going through the exact same thing, then our brains take it in differently. We accept it better. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to share with you today on this about writing to heal. I just think it's, I feel it now because this has been really hard for me. I'm still struggling with this blood pressure problem. It still fluctuates a little bit every day. It's gone down but I'm on double the dose. I mean, the doctor I went to, and admittedly, she doesn't know me really, but she was, I think, afraid to give me a higher dose because she thought my blood pressure was going to go too low. No, it's not. Taking it twice a day and it's okay, but it's not low. So the thing is that I'm going to see her a week from today, and we'll discuss it. I have not gotten a call from the cardiologist yet, so I don't know when I'm going to go in to see them. I just think something is still really off in my system. It's really, messed this up. But anyway, I am going. I did get a call from the counseling service. I am going to see a counselor for myself. I haven't been to a counselor in quite a while. And it's good. Even when you're somebody who knows this stuff, you still need like a objective person to, bounce stuff off of. And I have a counseling appointment, I guess, on the 15th. So I'm looking forward to that. I was a little bit worried because I know my insurance doesn't cover all of it. But when I told them what I'm making right now, which isn't like a ton, um, I qualify for extra assistance. So basically, whatever my insurance doesn't pay, they have a fund for that. So I won't have to even pay a copay for the counseling, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, Rapture. I have looked that up. I actually got some garlic capsules yesterday that are the type of garlic that's, I guess, good for blood pressure because it has other B vitamins and stuff in it. And I started taking one yesterday. I haven't noticed that it's done anything good yet, but obviously it's going to take a while. So I'm trying to do some more natural stuff. I'm going to look into the beetroot thing too. Oh yeah, Jim. Yeah, and that's, the problem is anxiety can trigger high blood pressure, but then it also sustains the high blood pressure because when you have high blood pressure, then you get anxious. So it's like a never-ending cycle, unfortunately. Hi, Catherine. Welcome in. It's okay. I'm glad you could join us. Well, I'm not sure you're total. I mean, objective in the way that John Mark, that a therapist is, which they're trained to be that way. They're trained to be able to kind of look at you, and they don't know you. They don't know, a lot of your backstory, even and everything. But they have a therapeutic way of kind of dealing with things. I know because I was trained as a therapist, so that's what I mean by objective. No one's ever totally objective, but. Um, Yeah, that's what I hear, Catherine. I was gonna get like a beet supplement or something because I'm not gonna eat a bunch of beets. But I don't have there was one I used, Suzanne, but I don't remember the title because I don't have it with me. I had a book that I loved for like exercises for healing and stuff when you're grieving in particular. I'm gonna have it sent to me. There's a few books I am gonna have sent in like a flat rate US Postal Service box. So I'll let you know what it is, but I don't remember what the title is right now. I'm glad I got the car too, Pamela J. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping the garlic thing will work. We'll see. My body's just reacting weirdly to things. So yeah, Donna. Well, it all started with having COVID is what's triggered all this. But then the stress I've been under is made it worse. Of moving and adjusting to a new place and just, worried about there's lots of things I'm worried about that I don't even really talk about on the channel that are just extra concerns I have. And so, well, I think T Cash, I'm just going to say this once. I don't think anybody's getting that. So exactly. Catherine just said that too. Yeah, I think that's not happening. No, it wasn't by James Pennebaker, the one I'm thinking of. It was a woman writer, but I just don't remember. When I get it, I'll share it with you guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there is an inflammatory aspect to this, Rick. But I'm a little sketchy. I'm a little bit nervous about turmeric because you can OD on that. You can take too much of that and it would hurt you. So I just want to be careful and not create a new problem. So, but I know it helps with inflammation, and I'm sure inflammation is part of what's doing this for sure. I'm having like my shoulders right up here are like in knots all the time right now. That's my latest thing I'm going through. And, it's like they're just muscle. It's a muscular thing because when I don't move, it's fine. And then if I move, it's sore. And it just doesn't ever totally relax right now. So I have a lot of inflammation in my system. Robin asked if I get sad. No, I don't get really sad in the winter. I actually like the winter. I don't mind the shorter days and stuff. The only thing that's making me sad right now is just the health issues, right, I'm dealing with. Yeah, maybe some chair yoga or something will help. I do a couple of exercises that I do for strength stuff, and I don't think I injured myself, but I'm just, I have a history of fibromyalgia anyway, and that's gotten re-triggered as well. And so I think this shoulder thing right up here is just due to my inflammation in my muscles and connective tissue right now. So, yeah, Margaret, I think so. Well, yeah, they can do a flat rate too, a flat rate box for a few bucks. Yeah, I do love Indian food with turmeric in it. Yeah, absolutely. No, I would never do the weight reducing injections, Jean-Marc. They have too many other side effects. And the minute you go off of them, you just regain it. So what's the point of that? You know? Oh, let's see. No, yeah, I don't have a small portable massage thing. I don't know that that would really help. Honestly, I probably need to go. We do have a place in town, I think that's run by Asian people that have it's a massage place. They do therapeutic massage. And I just need my shoulders worked on. They're just like a knot. And, once they're like that, it's have a hard time relaxing on their own. So, John, I haven't been doing enough singing and playing my guitar lately. Sorry. I mean, I can sing now. At least my voice is totally normal again. After what? It took almost 3 weeks for that to go away. But I haven't been doing much of it. I don't just. I've had a lot of other stuff on my mind right now, but it does reduce stress, so I need to be doing more of it. Yes, T Cash, that's one of the stresses of my life right now is a storage unit I still have out in California that I'm having a different friend do it for me now. And it's like, it's hard. I didn't realize there were so many things I was still going to want out of there. And it's just, yeah, it's just hard, but I'm dealing with it. I don't want to, like I said, I'm not going to do a video about it or anything on like a normal video, but yeah. Yeah, Cynthia, I know. You mean the weight reducing shots? Yeah, the Ozempic type things. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I know people love doing it, but it's going to catch up to them, trust me. Those are going to have really bad health repercussions. So, I can't really do cannabis, Bob. I I u- I've never been a pot person, honestly. I did take some pot gummies because in California, they have shops for that and all that. And I don't know, it just never. It worked a little bit for anxiety, like temporary anxiety, but it didn't really help me in other ways. So no, Ciara, it's 2,300 miles to go get my stuff and back. And I can't drive straight through. I'd have to spend the night, and that's expensive, and I just can't do it. But it really does. I mean, it's a very inefficient way to do this. I mean, I'm grateful. I've had a couple of people that can help me, but it's really inefficient to do it this way because I can't really, they can put me on a FaceTime call and I can kind of see what they're looking at, but I don't know every single thing. That's it, Diana. You got it. It's Writing to Heal the Soul by Susan Zimmerman. That's it. That's the book. I love it. It's a lovely book. I used to use it when I did bereavement counseling. Thank you for coming up with that, Diana. I know, Suzanne. I gotta just do something. You know, again, I just keep getting weird stuff at 71. Like, Cynthia says marijuana makes me feel psychotic and anxious. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel anxious really, but it doesn't do what it does for a lot of people. For me, it doesn't, I can't use it to sleep at all. It does actually the opposite effect, and I can't really sleep on it. So, I tried that a couple times years ago and I just couldn't do it. So, yeah, James, more tea and rest. I got to have a lot of chamomile tea. I don't have any I mean, I have some in my kitchen. I don't have any. I'm just drinking water right now. But yeah, I got to have chamomile is also really good for anxiety reduction. So I got to be drinking a couple times, couple of cups of chamomile a day. Um, Veronica, thanks for sharing that. That's funny. Yeah, I'm trying to do low sodium. I'm not a big sodium person anyway. I don't like really salty things. But yeah, there's some things I do put salt on, and I am trying to put a little less on those. And I don't eat a lot of, when I'm home like this, and I'm mostly eating at home, I don't eat a lot of prepared food. I like make my own omelets, and like today I had a baked potato with cottage cheese on it. Um, so I try to just do kind of my own thing. I don't eat a lot of meat either. Yes, Cynthia. Celestial seasoning sleepy time is good. Yes, it is. God Soldier said, when I took a break, I think you mean on like the drugs to lose weight and you gained back 10 pounds. I started to look older, or you just from losing weight, you took a break. I don't know. It was one of those things. I know, Catherine. Sorry, I can't be going completely off the sugar yet. I got to have some joy in my life. Just saying. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. sugar's sugar's the big drug. I'm still not back on chocolate though. It still doesn't do a lot for me. So yes, thank you. Everybody hit the like. Let's get up to 100 likes if we can. Oh, hibiscus tea helps with inflammation, Rapture. Okay. No, I don't, John Mark. I really don't drink. I really that you I had drinks to fly. I had some alcohol to fly because it helped with my nerves, but no, I don't really drink otherwise. And actually I looked this up just to see because I thought, heck, if drinking will lower my blood pressure, I'll do it. But no, drinking is also bad for your blood pressure. So I guess it'll bring it down temporarily, but then it raises it in the long run. So I'm like, yeah, no, no, we're not doing that. So no, I have no desire to drink. Yeah, I'm one of those people that thank God because half of my family were alcoholics. So I feel like I dodged something there by not just having, I just don't have an affinity for it. The most I ever drank, like I used to think it was my first 2 years in college, but I still drank far less than most of my friends. But actually, the most I ever drank was when I was in the Peace Corps. When I was 22, 23 years old, that is the most I've ever drank back then. Rum and Coke, yuck. Anyway, that actually just disgusts me in theory now. But yeah, I used to drink that when I was in Africa. Tell you. What did you make your own from, Rick? From Medjool dates? You mean like to lose weight or for something else? I missed what that was about. Oh, no, I don't like stevia. I don't like any sugar substitutes. To me, those just create a whole different problem. No, I've never eaten sugar substitute stuff. Yeah. I know I was buffering, Jim. I think I'm back now. But yeah, my mom was addicted to Diet Coke, and it really did something to her brain. Not like dementia, but it did something to her brain, is all I can tell you. And it's not good for you to drink the thing. If you're going to drink a soda, just drink the one with sugar in it. I'm serious. It's less harmful in the long run. Just say it. So, and honestly, I don't meet too many people who drink diet drinks that are like thin either. So it's not even working. Anyway, yeah. Is sugar a depressant? Really, Catherine? No, it probably is long term, but in the short run, it reduces my anxiety, is all I'm saying. Um, Sarah, I still think it's so cool that your mom was in Namibia in her 60s in the Peace Corps. I still am blown away by that. Somebody offered you homemade wine and you were seeing your past lives. Yeah, that sounds like a hallucinogenic to me. John, my favorite comfort food used to be chocolate. Now it's not. I have a favorite comfort food right now, unfortunately. There's not like anything else that, I mean, yeah, I'll have to think about that. I don't have a new comfort food. Thanks, Dr. E.G. Well, I do feel very strongly. You mean about the sugar substitutes? I feel very strongly about that. I really do. I've seen so many people. My mom, she was a different person. I mean, she never developed dementia. She didn't have that kind of problem from it, but she became a different person on that stuff, on the Diet Coke. And she used to drink like 3 or 4 of those a day. Like, Lord, it just was too much. And I told her a couple times. I told her, I said, Mom, that's not helping you. And she didn't have a weight problem anyway. I mean, unlike me, and even my sister had a weight problem for part of her life. My mom really didn't have a weight problem. And so I said, why? She goes, well, I just don't like all the sugar in the other drink, in the regular like Coke. And I was like, okay, then drink iced tea or something. Like you don't just don't. I tried to get her off of it and it didn't work. Yeah. I bet, Ciara, I bet your mom loved it there. That's so wonderful. Bob, no, I do not enjoy cooking. I can cook. I'm a competent cook. Do not enjoy it. No. I guess, but I've never had like a really nice kitchen to cook in. I'll be honest with you. I've never had like a spacious kitchen that just, I don't know. So maybe if I had the kind of setup where it would be kind of cool and relaxing to cook in, maybe I would feel differently, but I don't think so. Yeah, Suzanne, I can't, I've never been able to stand the taste of, I remember when they used to use, what was it they used when I was young in the 70s? I can't remember what the name of it was. If you guys can remember it, let me know. Um, yeah, it was, I don't remember what it was, but oh man, I've never liked the taste of artificial sweetener ever. I couldn't do it back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, like, so. Yeah. Somebody said pies. I'm officially burned out on the pie. I had a week of pie. Aspartame. Yeah, aspartame is sweet and low. That's it, Robin. Saccharin. Yes, that's it. Saccharin. Yes, saccharin was the big one in the 70s. And yeah, and I think saccharin was sweet and low or whatever. That stuff they showed that was really bad for you later in studies. So yeah. Yeah. And my mother was into that even then. She used to drink that. What was it? Fresca. Do you guys remember the Fresca? Okay. Uh-oh, we're on comfort food here. That's okay. Margaret says favorite comfort foods, homemade cherry cheesecake pie. Wow. That sounds like a tremendously delicious thing. Oh, and yeah, Robin, I can't stand margarine either. No. I don't use a lot of butter, but when I do have to use it, I have real the Irish butter, which is really good. And no, I have my mother, when I was growing up, we used to have margarine. And so I had to eat it because it was what was at home, and I just hated it. Just hated it. So yeah, I've never liked the fake butter. I actually saved a friend of mine with that one time. I was telling him, I said, "Do you know how much worse the margarine is for you than real butter?" And I pointed, I said, "Look it up. Just research it." And then they were like, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea." So no. And the kick is you don't want to eat too much butter either, obviously. So yeah. Lydia just had roasted veggies, chicken, and Swiss rosti. I don't know what Swiss rosti is, Lydia. You're living in France, right? Or are you living in Switzerland? Anyway, let us know what rosti is. I don't know what that is. Oh, tab. Yeah. Tab and fresca. Oh, God. I have avoided a lot of the bad stuff in my life. I really have. I did. I just and I did used to drink a lot of soda when I was a teenager. I didn't drink a lot after my early 20s though. I never drank a lot of soda after that. But my thing that I loved when I was a teenager was Mountain Dew. And I was so idiotic that I didn't realize it was loaded with caffeine. I thought, oh, it's a lemon lime drink, so it doesn't have caffeine. And my mother didn't tell me any differently. And finally, I think when I was in college, I had a friend go, "You do know that that's loaded with caffeine, right?" And I go, "Really?" Like I was astounded. I said, "It's Mountain Dew. It's a lemon lime delicious treat." And she laughed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I know it is pop, but I can't call it that. When I went to college in Wisconsin, my first 2 years, somebody was calling it pop, and because that's the first time I'd ever heard that, and I said, "Pop? What the heck is pop?" You go, "It's soda," and I go, "I can't do that. No, I cannot call it pop. Just I just draw the line. Draw the line there." Oh, Cheryl, I know. You can't have sugar if you're diabetic. I get it. Well, any soda that is not sugar-free is loaded with, sugar. Sel Celdia or Ce Celdia divus. Yeah. Oh, I know. They're all loaded with sugar. I know, now we're talking about soda. Well, Dr. Pepper also has tons of caffeine. I just but, in those days, I guess I didn't worry too much about caffeine, so, whatever. Oh, yeah, it's definitely pop in this part of the world. Definitely. Part of the country. Okay, so Margaret says, "I think roasty is potatoes smothered with cheese." Well, yeah, anything smothered with cheese is delicious. I was reading a study a while ago. I think it was a couple weeks ago that was saying that actually cheese is good for certain things. Like there's some cultures like in Japan, they don't really eat cheese. But I think they've done studies on this and found that when you eat more cheese, it reduces your risk of Alzheimer's, I believe. I think that's what it was. Of course, it doesn't matter because you'll die of heart disease first, but it just, it, it said it was good. And I was like, heck, I don't need anybody to tell me cheese is good. All right. I'm sorry. It's deliciousness. So I do like it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but almost everything is better with cheese. So, oh, in southern Wisconsin, you called it soda, Dawn? Well, now I was in Milwaukee and they called it pop, and that's kind of southern Wisconsin. Huh. Maybe it's changed over time. Rick says, I just made spice for Furnews cookies called Lib. I can't even say that. I don't know what that is. Oh, it does create mucus, Jim, but it doesn't create Alzheimer's, apparently. so, so it's a trade-off. Oh goodness. You know what? The point is, let me just say the point of all this is that you know what? There's no totally safe thing you can ever do to prevent disease or whatever in the world. There's just nothing you can do to totally prevent ever getting anything. People who have eaten really clean their whole life, they eat natural ingredients, they whatever, they still can drop dead of a heart attack. It's just, there's no 100% thing you can do. You just do what's best for you. For me, I don't like drinking the artificial ingredients as much, like for the sugar substitutes. I don't like margarine. I don't, to me, it's just, that's just adding to a problem. And until I got hit with these recent health problems, I was doing pretty good for my age, actually, as far as my health. But now it's all whacked out. So, oh, Don, you were in a suburb of Milwaukee? Okay. That's on my bucket list right now is maybe next summer or late spring is to take a trip up to Milwaukee because I haven't been back since I was 19 years old to Milwaukee. I just want to go to my old stomping grounds and see Marquette University where I went to school. So that's true, CR. The most important thing is to move your body, and that I do. Yeah, you have to walk every day if you can. If you can't walk, do chair exercises. Just find a way to move is very important. That's true, Veronica. Your parents called it soda pop. They used both. Yes, I used to call it that too when I was a kid. I remember calling it soda pop. So you use both words. Yeah, yeah. I know. I hear you. That's right, Pamela J. Moderation in all things. I think that's basically what I would say. It's just good, pick the right thing for you and then use moderation. Oh, that's true, Rick. I know because I grew up in the South most of the time. And that's true. When you go into a restaurant in the South, I don't know if it's still true, but you walk in and you ask for like a beverage and you just ask for a Coke. Go, I like a Coke. And then they go, what kind? And then you could say, oh, I'd like Sprite or 7 Up or root beer. But you initially just call it a Coke. That is absolutely true. Everything was Coke. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Bob, longevity does run in my family. I may not live up to it though. I'm having a tough year. But no, longevity runs in my family. My mother, she was an alcoholic in late life and she still lived to be 90 years old. My grandmother lived to be 89 years old on the other side of the family. Her sister lived to be 89 years old. My grandfather, my mother's father, lived to be about 84 years old. So longevity runs in the family, not super longevity, not like people live into, I think we had one person that lived to be 100, my mother's grandmother, but yeah. Okay, any guys have any other questions or comments or thoughts on on anything. We ended up talking about like health related foods now, or things that are unhealthy in food. Oh, thanks, aware. That's nice of you. Anyway, I do encourage you to do some writing to heal, just to, get a book on it. Just work. I'm going to be working on stuff for myself. So I encourage you all to do that if you need it. Lisa asked if I want to still live to be 90. Not if I feel like this. Not if I have to deal with this kind of stuff like I've been dealing with for 4 months. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't know what's it's going to cause in me to happen and stuff. If I start feeling better again and start feeling like I was even a year ago, then yeah, sure, I'd live to be 90. Oh, that's great, collector. Your dad made it to 96. Well, travels addict, you can still beat the odds if you do the right things for your body and stuff. Yes, get a writing buddy. That's true. Somebody you can be accountable to, and you guys can. That's always a good idea. The world is getting scary, Pamela J. And I used to want to live to be old. I never thought I would though, because I mean, I've already survived so many things that I should have died from. So, uh, the fact that I'm still here, I actually thought I had so many health problems, even in my 20s, late 20s. And I remember telling my husband at the time, I said, I'm worried I'm not even going to make it to like 40. And he goes, oh, you will. And I go, I don't know. And because I had weird stuff and they didn't know what was wrong with me. And anyway, the point is, I had never thought at that age that I would make it to 70 or 71. Never, never even thought it would happen. So I've already like beaten the odds in a weird sort of way. So to me, anything is gravy from now on. So, you know, that's good, Rick. Rick says, when I'm upset about something, I've learned to head from my journal rather than stress about it. Good move. I think that's a good idea. And I got to start getting back in the habit of doing that. There you go, violets and roses. See, you must be doing something right to make it to 77. You're going to be 77 this month. Happy birthday in advance. Oh, God soldier, I hear you. Moving to Scotland. Well, I hope you can. I still want to just go on a trip to get to see Scotland, basically. I'm hoping maybe in a couple of years we'll see. But oh, Lucy's here. Yeah. Wait, first John's requesting. Okay, there she is. She's going to pop up. Oh, hola. ¿Cómo está, muchachos? I don't know if that's a right word or not. Anyway, yeah. Está bien? She's doing great. She has no blood pressure problems. She has no problems. She's got a mom that puts her on YouTube. She gets all the invisible food she wants. She's doing great. I'm both, Robin. I am a Scorpio and a Sag. I'm literally the last 30 minutes of Scorpio with a Sag rising. So I claim both. Todo bien? Hola. Okay. Lydia says, todo bien. Okay. Yeah, she is fine. She's young, but she'll be eternally young. She looks like she's side-eyeing Fred the Snowman. That's actually a cute name, Fred. You could call him Fred the Snowman. He didn't ever really have a name. Yes, time to do the like thing. Let's get over 120 in the 120s. Yeah, violets. Your doctor said because you're vegetarian, you're living longer, but I sure eat too much cheese. Yeah, well, again, nothing's perfect. You know what? Life is also about enjoying yourself, and the key is moderation, as a couple of you said earlier. It's about moderation. If you enjoy something, then have it. Just don't overindulge in it like I used to do chocolate, but now that's solved for me. I can't. So just enjoy it. And I think that cheese is one of those things that, you know what, you don't maybe want to eat it 5 times a day, but, you know, cheese is wonderful. Sylvia, I actually, no. Yeah, asking, do I still have living in Europe as a goal? Yeah, it's still there. It's further away from me than I'd like it to be, but we'll see what happens in the next year with YouTube and stuff. It's still possible. Anything's possible in the future as long as you're still alive. So, but it's not something that's going to happen soon. It's going to be at least 2 years, I would guess. And yeah, it's still a goal. Still like to do it. Yes, not smoking is yeah, that one I'm also a big advocate for. Sorry to any of you that smoke, but I am very anti-smoking. I am. And to me, smoking is one of the things that really ages you the most and creates the most problems. So I think that's the one people could easily prevent problems from. My mother used to smoke too. She didn't smoke all of her life, but she smoked enough of her life that she ended up having, she didn't have congestive heart failure the last few years, but she did have like, what do they call it? Kind of chronic lung problems. She never had lung cancer, but she did, have some issues. I know, Lydia. Thank you. I'm waiting to. Well, if I can't live there, I definitely will go back a couple times for trips, but short trips. I can't do anything real super long probably again. Oh, your brother's birthday is November 21st. That's the day before mine was. Hi, Maria. Lucy appreciates you rocking the llamas there. Yeah, she's like, man, I got more camera time today. That's it. COPD. My mom had some COPD. So, hi, MJ Wetmore. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you tuned in. Okay. Well, we won't be here after your dinner, but enjoy your dinner, Jean-Marc. I do need a European hubby, Ciara. I told you to find me one when you go back. That's a joke, of course, and you're not going to find me one, but um, you do keep me going. You do. You guys are wonderful viewers, and I really appreciate. I'm going to put her down now. She's hasta luego, and yeah, an Irish suitor. Oh man, uh, I know. I'd love to live in Ireland. I tell you, I would love to live in Ireland. I love the Irish people. I love Scottish people too. So, did you know that genetically I'm like almost 50% British Isles. So, I'm like almost 50% Italian, and then I'm almost 50% like British Isles. I'm really like very divided between those two areas. But interestingly enough, I have more Scottish in me than Irish, which is interesting because my mom's family were the Irish, they had an Irish name and all this stuff. And I always thought, wow, we must be so Irish. No, I actually am like, I think it's 15% Scottish. So I'm like, yay. And now you have some Welsh in me. It came from all over the British Isles, apparently. So yeah, I can't live there, God soldier, in the British Isles. It's too expensive. It's just too expensive for me. So, oh, love her. No, see, the purpose of getting married to somebody that was European is so I could live there. So the lover thing isn't going to work for that. Yeah. Is it, God Soldier? It is cheaper in Scotland? Really? You wouldn't know it by the hotel and Airbnb prices up there, because I was trying to go there in what was it, May and June? Man, thank you, Docs and Gal. I appreciate you. I can understand people with Scottish or Irish accents if it's not super like thick. If it's really intense, then yeah, I don't always understand them, but yeah. I just love their sense of humor, the people there. I love they just, I don't know, they just seem to me to have just a great attitude about living. So there's a lot of drinking involved though, but I mean I personally wouldn't drink, but I'm okay with them drinking. So thank you for rocking the llamas, James. So yeah, okay. Well, Rick, you'll have to let me know how it goes with Scotland then to choose that. That's good. Oh yeah, a lot of Americans definitely our DNA is back to the British Isles. I have a little bit of like my mother's family were Dutch originally, so I do have some, Netherlands ancestry. I have a little bit of French ancestry, but most of it's in the British Isles, and Italy. So yeah, a lot of people in the U.S. are Heinz, the whole Heinz 57. I was actually surprised I wasn't as much. There wasn't as much diversity in my background as I thought. Um, because I really thought, when I say Heinz 57, I thought, great, I probably have DNA from like 57 different countries. So I'm glad I'm not quite that diverse, I guess. Oh, I know. I loved it in London. I really did. I was there, only a brief time, Ciara, but I really enjoyed London. I love in the UK. I just do. I like the people and I really enjoyed London in the brief amount of time I was there. I had a really lovely Uber driver that took me to Hampton Court the day I went there. And I remember the security guard at Hampton Court was so nice and we chatted a bit and it just, I just love the British people. So yeah, most of us do. Sylvia, oh, okay, you're Native American and West European. We had most families in the US say they will say actually, oh, like we have Native American because which isn't really that unusual because there was, intermarriages or interrelationships or whatever. But you know what? When I had my DNA done, I had 0% Native American, like zero. And what's funny is there was a family story that my mother's grandmother was like half Chickasaw or something, one of the southern tribes in the US, I think Chickasaw or Choctaw, one of those two. Anyway, and if she was, I'm not saying she wasn't, but I certainly didn't get any of it. So there you go. Yes, Cheryl. Yes, the picture behind me I was sharing at the beginning is my new tapestry for winter, and it's a little French village in the Alps, but I don't know what the name of it is. Somebody will eventually tell me, but it didn't say on the description. So, but it is a French town village in the slopes of the Alps. So you can't probably see. Oh, let me move this way. There, you can see more of it. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Anyway. Oh wow. So you're mostly Scottish and Irish, Docs and Gal. Wow. Yeah, well, the red hair and blue eyes fits. Yeah. I did love London. Only thing I didn't like is that I was very allergic to London in May, where they had the bad pollen season. Oh, I have never had that bad of allergies in my life for anything. And about a quarter of the people walking around in the street were just like me. The allergies were crazy off the scale. And I thought, that's so weird. Like, I've never been to this place before. How am I allergic to it? But I was. Oh, is that the name of it? Val d'Isere? It's not that small. Oh, okay. You think it's still that though? Rhonda, yeah, that's happened in a lot of families where somebody finds out they're. In fact, I'll just give you a hint. I may talk about this in a future video, but my sister found that out. So, yeah, that was shocking a few years ago, apparently. So, oh, okay. Katerina says it's Saint Jean d'Arve. Saint Jean d'Arve in the southeast of France, close to the Italian border. Is that what it is for sure? Saint Jean d'Arve. Okay. I know I'm still probably not saying it right. I love it though. Love it. Someday I'll go there. Yeah, well, I know, Rhonda. I hear you. It's solved a mystery in my family. I'll probably do a whole video about it at some point. Honestly, I don't know. My sister's still alive, though. I'm trying to be respectful and not do things about her. Honestly, because we aren't technically estranged. We just don't really communicate. It's not like I couldn't call her, but we just don't communicate. So, but anyway, yeah, my sister is now 78. Yeah. So, hopefully I'm hoping that at some point we'll talk again before one of us croaks, but we'll see. Saint Jean d'Arve. Okay. I'm just said the name of the thing again. Okay, we got to wrap it up here on here. So anyway, thanks for the wonderful live stream, guys. There will be a video out Thursday. There will be a live stream Saturday, typical Saturday live stream. So we'll see you there. And yeah, Rhonda, I hear you. It was a mystery. Yeah, my mom never spoke about it either. So I hear you. I sound like your sister, Dogelbin. Anyway, it's in Southeast France. Yeah, John. Yeah. Well, I'm going to trust Katerina because she's from Sweden. She's probably been there. So just, I'm going to trust her on this. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your week and take care. And, you know the drill. Just keep moving forward. Be a good person. That kind of stuff. I like to be a good person better. I may just start saying that one. Be a good person. That's my final wisdom there, Robin. Be a good person this week. Okay. Take care. I'll see you guys on the Saturday live stream. And remember, there's video coming out Thursday. And hit one more like. Just hit one more like because we're at 139. We can do it. Just one more. I know there's somebody that came in late that hasn't hit the like button yet. Yeah, Diana, you too. Thank you, Nancy and Dogelben, Lucinda, Veronica. There, we made it. We made it to 141. You guys are great. Anyway, bye. Take care, everyone.